Hello everyone. Hello to all of you. And guys. Into it. Okay. Welcome to the session. A very good evening to all of you. I hope you all can see me properly now. Kindly give me a confirmation here if I'm properly audible and visible to all of you. So we are going to do some questions with explanation, very helpful for your preparation. And before we get into it, those who don't know me, I'm Niharika John Mehra. I have been teaching English for more than 10 years now. So here on this platform, on our sister channel that is IBPS Hub, CGB IBPS Hub, and on our platform under our paid courses, you will find many of my classes. Make sure to attend the foundation course and descriptive course as well, which are the course USP we have available on our app and on our website. और यहाँ पे हम करेंगे कुछ questions along with timer. So there you go, that's your timer. Now I'm going to quickly start with the questions because of some technical issue I wasn't able to go live. But अभी class शुरू हुई है तो जल्दी से start करते हैं. This is your first question where you have, I think it's properly visible to all of you. This is a closed test. There are 5 options for every blank. 5 blank hai, you have to answer. Okay? So please start with this one. Because this is the first time, we are going to do like we'll take a little bit of more time, go through all the details available in the passage, and next question onwards, thoda kam time milega. And you have to answer here in the chat. Answer for this one is void. Next one. Here in the chat, guys. And one answer is A. Come to blank C. Answer to this one is B. B blank. and it would be great if you did and answered. Recommend is the right answer. हम इसको समझेंगे साथ में once all 5 blanks are done. Answer is right. So let's see. Now the passage, reading passage is very important अगर आपको समझना है, if you want to understand the tone, and sometimes some answers directly indirectly are disclosed, in the passage later on. तो एक बार पढ़ लेना हमेशा recommended होता है. So we are all full proof, एंड यहाँ पे आपको फर्स्ट का आंसर जो मिलता है दैट इज बुoyant. ओके, आपने बॉयंसी पढ़ी होगी स्कूल डेज में फिजिक्स में. आई एम नॉट गोना टीच यू दैट, बट लेट मी टेल यू द मीनिंग ऑफ इट. ओके, कोई भी चीज जो अफ्लोट रहती है उसके लिए होता है बायंस का यूज या बोइंग का यूज. बट वेन एवर यू वांट टू टॉक अबाउट समबडी हु इज वेरी एनकरेज, स्टिमुलेटेड, स्पिरिट्स में हाई है. तो लेट्स सी यहाँ पे क्या बोला जा रहा है. While two volcanoes belch up magma, ice volcanoes are temporary product. When local temperatures drop, large lakes sometimes end up rimmed by a thin halo of ice, blocking water and root. As large strong waves dashed by powerful winds. तो यहाँ पे of course लिफ्ट करने का सेंस आ रहा है. These waves, they are lifted, they are reaching a height by powerful winds. तो इसके लिए हम buoyant एक्शन का नाम लेंगे. We wanted a verb here, तो वैसे भी benevolent नहीं आता. Other words, embroil का मतलब होता है entangle करना. You involve someone in a complex manner. Enunciate is to speak. Okay, express in words. Invoke with I. Okay, invoke with I means to refer it to something or someone. किसी चीज को हम cite करते, CITE वाला. And benevolent is somebody who is very good in nature, big heart, generous व्यक्ति, kind व्यक्ति. Moving on to second one, यहाँ पे आंसर आपका था accumulate. Now what is happening? They build up. See, build up का already sense दे दिया है यहाँ पे. And can eventually burst through cracks. If spray emerges, then freezes and settles back to the surface, it may dash under the surface. तो यहाँ पे एक ही एक्शन होगा, वो इकट्ठा होने का, that is accumulate. Other words, erudite is an adjective which means ऐसा व्यक्ति जो बहुत ही well educated है. To such a person, to a scholarly person, we call an erudite person. Emulate is to copy. E वाला emulate होता है किसी को copy करना. Esoteric is an adjective, C word, which means something which is very difficult, puzzling, हमें perplex कर देगा. Repudiate is to abandon, forsake कर देना. I'm giving you extra word meaning so that it's a revision for you vocabulary का. आगे बढ़ते हैं, क्या हो रहा है यहाँ पे. We get to see that with their mile-long shorelines, freshwater Great Lakes seem to be pretty good at providing all necessary dash for chilly winds. Ingredients, it's not just about a recipe जिसमें हमें ingredients का use करना हो, but ingredients related to समथिंग जो कि छोटे छोटे पार्ट्स हैं मिलकर एक बड़ी चीज को बर्थ करेंगे. तो इंग्रेडिएंट्स यहाँ पर उस कॉन्टेक्स्ट में सही आंसर था. अदर वर्ड्स इफ वी सी, मिनिएचर्स आर स्मॉलर साइज एग्जाम्पल और डमी ऑफ समथिंग. मीनेस इज वार्निंग, किसी प्रकार का थ्रेट होता है तो उसे मीनेस बोला जाता है। बाकी इंटेरोगेशन और ऑब्जर्वेशन इजी, बट नॉट गोना टेक, राइट, उतने भी रिवीजन की आपको नीड नहीं है। ठीक, now but should you be lucky to come across an ice volcano, experts recommend the frigid mounts. now experts क्या करेंगे, कमेंट्स करना शुरू करना होता है, कमेंड करना, प्रेस करना होता है। so they are not going to do that because here you, should you be lucky to come across, so experts recommend, they advise कि आप यहाँ यहाँ जाओ या इनसे दूर रहो। तो वो चीज recommend में आ गई यहाँ पे, this was the easiest one of all। and then the consequences of attempting to summit an ice volcano can be dire, okay। now can be के बाद you can get verb in third form or you can get an adjective, ठीक है। तो जैसे devour है, devour is to eat in a way where you are swallowing everything, guzzle down करना, तो वो यहाँ पे verb का form ही गलत हो जाएगा। dull is easy to understand। ड्रेरी इज इंसिपिड, किसी चीज में जब लाइफ नहीं होगी तो वो ड्रेरी होगा। एंड ड्रोल इज ऑल्सो एन एडजेक्टिव, दैट मीन्स समथिंग जिसके ऊपर हमको हंसी आए, कॉमिकल कुछ चीज होती है, ओके, केमिकल नहीं, कॉमिकल, कॉमिक वाली, तो वो ड्रोल होता है। वी कैन नॉट यूज दैट अगेन, है ना। तो यहाँ पे वल्केनो की बात हो रही, आइस वल्केनो की बात हो रही है। वी आर गोना से summit an ice volcano can be extreme, and that is the meaning of dire over here. Let's go to the next question. Please start attempting this one. Answer to this one is A. Hold back in her career by dyslexia. Now, this portion is called a modifier, which is talking about giving us more details, more information about this she. Okay. तो या तो ये वर्ब थर्ड फॉर्म होगा या तो वर्ब आईएनजी फॉर्म होगा। टू वेज इन विच वी कैन बिगिन अ सेंटेंस दिस वे, ताकि मेन सब्जेक्ट को एक्सप्लेन करा जा सके। So hold back, no. Holding back in her career, now V1 ing will not be suitable because it is not an ongoing thing, but it is already done. So we are going to use V3 as adjective, that is held back in her career by dyslexia. She struggled to learn what new skills, but she realized parallelism is maintained, that computer knowledge was the key. So E part is of course without error here. This one in bold. Answer was A. Let's move to the next one. Answer to this one is no error. Let's check. Renowned for his ability to remember lines. Now, this part, okay, so this part is describing Hopkins, renowned for his ability to remember lines. Who is renowned? Hopkins. Keeps his memory supple. This is a daily routine for him, a truth for him, so that's why simple present tense is absolutely right. His memory supple by learning things by heart. By heart is a phrase such as poetry and Shakespeare. तो यहाँ पे बिल्कुल सही है, कोई error नहीं है. All the modifiers, subject verb agreement, and use of preposition, everything is dot on the place. तो यहाँ पे no error. This is a lengthier question. I want you to take little time, go through it nicely, and then you answer. Okay. I'll give you extra time for such a question because इसमें थोड़ा सोचना ज़्यादा पड़ेगा आपको, पढ़ना ज़्यादा पड़ेगा. So out of 4 sentences, one is incorrect. You have to find the incorrect sentence. Many a time you can see in such a question, you will get which is the correct one, you mark that. Okay, so it's very important that you read the instruction properly. Now here the answer is A. Years of negotiation. Okay, over what? Over a proposed constitution, over constitution. For what? For the EU collapsed in failure at the weekend. Weekend is specific time. Whenever we talk about specific time, we use at. With over 4k kilometers of what coastline? It is no surprise what that fishing is one of industries. One of हमेशा अपने साथ जो noun लेगा that is going to be a plural noun which is satisfied here. Good to go. Investment returns were so good when in the 90s. Whenever you write any year like this, like let's say you want to write 1890s, okay? So you use the before it, okay? Which is mentioned here correctly. That companies could even take, could ke saath take holidays from what? Contributing to what? To their pension funds. They were all dismissed from where? The firm. But two of them, see, were है तो आगे चल के भी managed past आया. But two of them managed to get new jobs when within a week. So when there is a time bracket and उसके अंदर अंदर कुछ हो जा रहा है, we use within. Please go ahead with these sentences. Hmm. After a lot of thought, I thought somebody would at least answer here, but it's okay. Now this one, you okay? So this one was my bad. You were supposed to mark the grammatically correct one. Pardon me for that. I'll still explain you. So the shopkeeper had no patience with customers putting on airs. Okay, airs is pride, थोड़ा सा hypocritic arrogance nature. तो यहाँ पर वो आना था. Okay, this is +1 for all of you. Multiple intelligences. Now this is not a common noun. It is capital. So वो नाम है. Is theory. कौन सी? इकोलॉजिकल थ्योरी. सो यहाँ एक थ्योरी का नाम है. यू डू गेट इट अबाउट पीपल एंड डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ इंटेलिजेंसेस. तो यहाँ टाइप नहीं, टाइप्स आना था. In the C1, what do we get to see? Nevertheless, after the fall of Berlin Wall, certain East German intellectuals and activists wish के साथ for लगता है, the opportunity to create separate new kind of society. It's just something. See, I cannot say number multiple societies because they are separating it. You from the context, it is very clear there is this single new kind of society. So from that we understand C में society आना. Okay, so here is sentence rearrangement, which is your para jumble question. And the best part here for all of you is that first one is fixed. All you have to do is arrange the rest 5 PQRST. आपको इन्हें arrange करना है, so please start doing. I'll give you 3 minutes to do it and submit your answers here. Arrange all of the given statements and answer. One more minute to go. Okay. So there are two ways in which we do such questions. For those who are new to this topic, first of all, घबराने की बात नहीं है. This topic is little bit intimidating, but if you learn to crack it, you can easily score 5 marks in one go, which is a great deal, I believe. ना? तो सबसे पहले इस पिक्चर को ध्यान रखो. ट्रायंगल जो इन्वर्टेड पिरामिड. That means broader information comes first, then we narrow down to specific things. Second technique is make pairs and then you rearrange those pairs. Okay. So TSR, RPQ, PRQ, little bit here and there. कोई बात नहीं. So in the past decades, humankind has made staggering advances in robotics. ठीक है? तो past में क्या हुआ उसको है. Even in their most creative configurations, metal plastics can't live up to cells. This is a comparison, but why am I comparing and ये their कौन है? We don't have robots that can do that. That तो समझ में आता है. Second वाला कौन सा that है? Biological systems are the envy of all robotics as they are adaptable, flexible, and they self-repair. We don't have robots to replicate self-repair. So R followed by Q is a strong pair. S, pardon me. S says, but many of the basic functions that living things accomplish still flummox devices built by human hands. So, but से contrast में आ रहा है चीजें है ना? If you see any positive, वो but के पहले आ जाएगा. Machines can now master difficult board games, navigate, they can steer themselves, survive. So, सब बढ़ाई हो रही है. Staggering advances. We are explaining now what are the great advances machines में जो आ गए हैं they can do. So these are positives. RQ negative है. It talks about कि robots क्या नहीं कर सकते, machines क्या नहीं कर सकती. S is the one that is going to help us with the transition from positive to negative point. Okay, तो ये P से S पे start हुआ बात होना negative का, and RQ में we described by comparing with human cells. Okay, so that is how it is and that's how आपका आंसर आता है. अभी P आपका बाकी है. Now P जो है even in their most creative configuration, मेटल प्लास्टिक सिंपली कैन नॉट लिव अप टू सेल्स. तो पी के लिए दो जगह पॉसिबल थी. या तो पी लास्ट में लगाओ या तो पी यहाँ लगाओ बिकॉज पी भी नेगेटिव है. लास्ट में लगा के कोई सेंस नहीं बनेगा बिकॉज इन एस वी आर सेइंग दे आर many of them these accomplished things still flummox devices built by human hands. Okay, and even in the best configuration they simply cannot live up to the cells. अब बताओ कैसे cells से different है. तो वो RQ में हमने समझाया there is a difference we have explained in RQ. So P has to be before RQ to give a premise why we are suddenly comparing. So this is your answer. All those who have joined late, I request you to like and share the session now. Show the timer. Please read what is to be done. This one. Answer is A. Good job. Now, although is used to talk about contrast. So, you have to choose the pair where you can use this connector and combine. Also, there is something very important. It says when used in the beginning of the new sentence. Whatever you have here, you have to use in the beginning. So, first and second, can that be a combo? Although global economy is more vulnerable, central forecast is that underlying fundamentals is that fundamentals are strong enough to maintain a healthy growth rate. Vulnerable है तो maintain करने के लिए strong कैसे है? Vulnerable means weak. Second sentence say it is still strong. These two are in contrast. Refugees का कोई connection नहीं था. So when this level of question is asked for connectors, there has to be a common link, a standards, a base where I can on which I can try connect two sentences. तो वो चीज आपको चेक करनी है. Like in this case, refugees also contribute to American economy. That gives no sense. Economy से related दो sentences हैं, but this third one totally out of the context, out of the blue एकदम से बोल दिया. While is used in two places. First, we talk about two things जो parallelly हो रही हैं. Second use case is where you have two things in contrast, just like although. Yes, you can use it exactly like although. So both demonetization and GST seem to be ill-conceived notions. While both of them are ill-conceived, China joined US wars. ये क्यों related है इससे? While China joined only in 2001, the US was one of the founding members of the WTO. So यहाँ पे दो countries हैं, one joined and one was there. One joined after 15 years and another one was there since the beginning of a setup. So that's why second and third could be joined using while, because these are two contradictory, slightly contradictory things. One is that old veteran and another one is quite new. Answer to this one is B. Whenever. It relates with something with respect to time plus sort of a condition. So, finally, one once noted that we attain the greatest success and happiness. Okay, so Brandon is the guy who noted that we attain all these things possible in this life. This happened because of high cost of keeping her in hospital. Hospital का लेना देना क्या है? Very odd. Cannot be as of now something that could relate to first or the third one. We use our native capacities to their greatest extent. Our capacities, success, happiness, same kind of thing related to life and the possibilities. So, definitely, second is irrelevant. Everything that has second, I will simply rule them out. Now, none of these is also an option, a valid option. So, you will have to check first and the third one. Okay. So, whenever के साथ में, if you only read this, it's like imagine a person again and again noting down something, thinking on something. So whenever this person noted, अब once को नहीं लिखेंगे because you are using whenever. Okay, whenever he noted that we attain greatest success and happiness, comma, we use our capacities to the greatest extent. So this noting down of the fact that we attain all these things, it is whenever the capacities are related to it. तो थोड़ा सा tricky है इसका. Sometimes when you join two things using a connector, a conjunction, you may have to delete a few words, and or you may require to add a few words to give a complete sense to your new sentence. We'll make this the last question. Absolutely right. After, I don't need to explain the meaning, but there has to be a context of after. So Eisenhower spoke about economic costs of war, the burden it places, the toll this takes. He said that slavery still exists. He closed by describing the peace proposals he was offering. See, war related and somewhere nearby things जो हैं वो है third वाला. Second one is about the slavery point, the slaves and all. So though we have a common denominator here who is this person Eisenhower, but the context in which he is talking about first and the third one do match it. So even if I want to use and, before, after, good similarity in the tone should be there. I am teaching English to you all. I cannot suddenly start teaching coding to you guys, right? That would be odd. Teacher अभी भी मैं ही हूँ. I am the one who is teaching, but in between teaching grammar sessions, lessons and all, I cannot simply start teaching coding to you all. That would be odd. तो the source is same, तो वैसे ही यहाँ पर भी second वाला आ नहीं सकता था, and that's why we have answer as this one. So after he spoke about this, he spoke a couple of points on these things. After this, he concluded by describing the peace proposals. It's so easy. Okay, so we are done here. Thank you so much for being part of this session, and I'm gonna see you guys now next week, Saturday, on this channel here. On our other channel, which is CGB IPS Hub, I have classes on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, 1:30 p.m. They are short classes, practice के लिए हैं वो classes. So be there, and yes, daily classes under our paid courses are going on. Be a part of those classes, and trust me, you're going to get a lot of clarity. It's so much beneficial for your prep. Not just my subject, but other teachers are also taking very helpful and useful sessions there. Okay, So check out the description. See you guys later. Don't forget to